Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. I am Farlie Solomons and today's look is just adding those graphic lines to the eyes using an eyeshadow. And I'm so excited to do this look today. It's super easy and super easy to follow too. And for today's foundation, I have used your Forever Skin Glow in the shade 2W. And if you haven't tried this foundation, it's super cool. I really love this foundation. It's so blendable and it's quite natural on the skin. For the concealer, I have used your Forever Skin Correct in the shade 2N. And this is also another super favorite of mine because it's not cakey and it's not patchy. So let's begin with this look. For the palette, I have used Too Faced Natural Lust. And if you know me well, you know I love this palette simply because the shades are super cool and gorgeous palette, I feel. And the first shade is Come and Get It, and this goes over the crease line using a blending brush. I'm simply going to go over the crease line just to add some depth to the eyes. And it's a super cool shade. What am I saying? Anyways, just adding a little bit more of the shade to the crease line, adding that depth that is required for the next step. And then blending it really well. Make sure you use an eye primer before starting any eye makeup. And then I'm going with Pinned Down from this palette. It's a super gorgeous shade. I love this shade and I have used, I think, this shade in many looks of mine. What I'm doing right now is simply following the natural line of my crease line. Just like that. I have used a flat brush and as you can see, I'm simply drawing a line over the crease line, and from the outer corner, I'm just going to push it out a little bit. I would say just a little bit, not too much. You could do this with an eyeliner, but I just simply wanted to do it with an eyeshadow because I wanted to be a little bit more diffused. I didn't want the line to be sharp like an eyeliner. I just wanted to be like, you know, smokish. Not smokish, I would say. I just wanted to be nice and like a diffused line. But you could do with an eyeliner if you like an eyeliner for this look. Adding a little bit more of the shade on the crease line and just simply drawing the line and making it look more presentable, I would say. Making it look more neater. And then adding the concealer on the entire eyelid, leaving the crease line. The brush that I've used today is, this does have a sponge applicator, as you can see, and it's super easy to apply any kind of an eye shade or concealer or something like that. But the only thing, it won't go in those corners where you really want your brush to go. This is a good applicator, but yes, you need a brush to go in those small corners too. And then adding a little bit more of the pinned down shade on the crease line, as you can see. And then adding the concealer right on the edges so that it looks neater and it looks presentable. And I have used a flat brush here just to place the concealer on the edges. More on the edges. Focusing more on the edges actually. Just like that. Adding a little bit more of the concealer over the edges and the inner corner. And then take the cake from this palette, and this goes on the entire eyelid just over the concealer. I have used a flat brush to place the shade on the concealer, as you can see. It's a super easy look, but it's not necessary you choose the same shades like I have chosen for this look. You may use another shade that you like, but the technique is the same. You could use an eyeliner, you could use an eyeshadow, you can use a different shade, but the technique is the same. And then just placing the shade on the entire eyelid. Adding a little bit more of the pinned down shade on the crease line. I'm simply going to diffuse the line a little bit because I think it's just not even, I would say. I need to diffuse and then add a little bit and then just make the line more neater and just make it look more nicer, I would say. And then I have used, again, take the cake and simply I'm going over the edges, adding the shade just on the edges so that it looks nice and neat and the eyelid looks nice and big, like no space. And then going back with pinned down from the palette, I have used a small brush, a small thin brush actually, just to draw a line over the lash line. I'm simply going to create a small wing here, as you can see, from the inner corner towards the outer corner and just pushing it up a little bit more, but not joining it up towards the crease line. I'm leaving that space empty. And that's the reason I've used a small brush, so that it goes on the inner corner as well. I think I just could name this my signature look. I could just wear this anywhere I want to because it looks really nice and so artistic, I feel. And applying the shade a little bit more, and then I'm just going to diffuse the edges. This is the plus point when you use an eyeshadow. You could just diffuse the edges and make it look more wearable, I would say. Diffusing the edges a little bit. And then going with Flirty Pop from this palette. And this goes under the lower lashes. And as you can see, instead of keeping the space bare, I prefer to put a little bit of shimmeriness under the lashes. It's not too shimmery as you can see in the palette, but the thing is, just, you know, it's just that it pops the eyes and it makes it look more attractive, I would say. If you add, you know, subtle shimmeriness on the lower lash line, it looks quite nice, I feel. So instead of adding a solid shade, I prefer sometimes to just add shades that is not too catchy, but at the same time it's subtle and looks attractive when placed on the eyes. So yes, this is one of those shades. And then for the mascara, I have used L'Oreal Unlimited mascara in the shade black, and for me, I think this is my favorite and one of the best mascaras that I have. The reason is just because of the brush, I would say. It's so easy to place the product on the lashes, it's so easy to roll, and it's so easy to push the lashes up and down both. So because this fits on the lower lashes too, it's small and you know it just fits in between the lashes, as you can see, and it's very, very easy to roll. I think it's best to use a mascara with a brush that suits the lash length the best. I mean to say that however long or short your lash length is, you must pick a brush that goes well with it. And in case you have applied too much of mascara or you find the product is too cluttered on the lashes, all you have to do is just pick up a clean mascara brush and just roll it over the lashes. Curl it, roll it, push it, and remove the excess product, and you get a neat looking lashes. That is one trick that I always do when I apply too much of mascara on my lashes. And then I have applied some concealer under the eyes, as you can see. Just a little bit of the concealer under the eyes because I just didn't want it to look too much under the eyes. It's just nice and to make that area look more clean and bright. You need a little bit of concealer, you don't need too much actually. You see? It's just a little bit of concealer, and then just dabbing it with a beauty blender, diffusing it with a beauty blender. Your beauty blender must be damp to diffuse it into the skin. Make sure your beauty blender is not too wet, and make sure it's not too dry. Just damp. And all you have to do is just dab it and diffuse the product really well into the skin, and this is how it should look like. And then immediately I did pat some loose powder over the concealer. As you can see, it's really very essential to pat some loose powder over the concealer so that it doesn't move. It doesn't move, girl, it doesn't move. Yes, and though this has a little bit of a tint to it, it's just perfect for my skin. I feel it's just not too much, it's not too shimmery, it's just perfect under the eyes. And for the bronzer, I have used Galane Terracotta in the shade Brunette, 03 Brunette. And this goes on all the necessary areas, especially my jawline. And I won't say the hollows of my cheeks, I would say just on the outer corner of my cheeks where the cheekbones are quite visible, I would say sometimes, because I have really high cheekbones. So sometimes when I look straight, the cheekbones are quite visible. So just contouring that part a little bit, and my jawline, because I need my jawline to look sharper, I guess. I would love to have a sharp jawline. And not forgetting the forehead and the nose. That's how you get a really nice slender face, oval face, I would say. And then contouring the nose a little bit. I wouldn't say it's easy to contour the face, but then I'm just simply going to diffuse it as much as I can. The main technique, please diffuse those lines as much as you can, because I didn't say it's easy to contour, but yes, you get the results right once you do it right. And this is how it should look like. For the blush, I have used Dior in the shade 999, and this is my favorite blush since the time I have purchased it. And as you can see, I have just placed it right under the concealer because I just wanted my face to look nice and plumpy, fresh, and not more chiseled, I would say, for this look. I wanted it to look more summerish ready, more nice, more youthful, I would say. So this technique, yes, that's the right word. This technique actually makes the face look more youthful. It makes the cheeks look more plumpy and more healthy, I could say. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose. That's it. And there you go. And for the lips. For the lips, I have used Color Combo's Be Happy Lip Balm in the shade 03 along with Dior Lip Maximizer Lip Plumper. I have mixed both of this and I've applied it on my lips, and it's gorgeous. This is how the shade looks like. A little bit foundation I need to apply on my neck so that the whole thing looks even and looks nice. So this is the end of the tutorial, my loves. I hope you liked this look as much as I loved creating this look for you. And if you have liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you have liked my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you want more entertainment, you could go to my Instagram handle, that is Farlie Solomons, and have fun there too. I shall see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.